Hi. Does this happen with you that you are confronted with situations? So various situations come and go. You have to take decisions, and while doing so, you feel that you need confidence. You feel there is lack of clarity. You feel you are stuck between two options. You feel, how will others take my decisions? And so, there is a force that does not allow you to take decision. Now, this is not an abnormal situation, frankly speaking. This is something that happens with most of the people. And if this really happens with you, and you want to know the reasons and want to work upon it, you are at the right place. Hi, I am Richa, and I'm a clarity coach. Now, in my coaching conversations with people on various topics, wherein I have helped them in getting through difficult situations, one thing that I found very, very common, most of the people, they struggle with taking decision and then taking actions. It was interesting to note, and it also put me into a lot of thoughts as to why is this happening, and then let me figure out how most of the people feel about it. So is this a case that's true for most of us? With this idea, I launched a survey, and I surveyed approximately 100 people. And the interesting thing, what I found was most of the people were saying the same thing, that they find it challenging when it comes to 2 choices, 3 choices, which one to pick up. So they were stressed as to how will others take their choices or their decisions. Will they upset people? What happens? What happens to the ones closely related? They feel confused. So it's not something abnormal. It's something that's happening with most of us. Now, when I also look back at the education system, that really saddens me. Why so? Because our education system has taught us so much, so many subjects, so many books, history, English, Hindi, maths, science, everything. But what they have not taught is basics of life. They have not talked about finances. They have not talked about aspects of life, various dimensions of life, what takes one to be confident, what helps one to take right decisions. So the contribution which education really should have had has not happened. And when I look at myself, when I look at my childhood, of course, I too was not a great decision maker from day one. I also had my struggles, I have also stumbled upon, but I really call myself very, very lucky, because I found mentors to guide me, to help me understand, to help me look beyond. And most of the time I realized I had been looking through a perception, and that got clarified, things were easier. And also, of course, to build that strength to take decisions. When I look at all these things together, the education system, my own learning, and the current scenario, I kind of took up a mission to support people with clarity, a mission to help people to become conscious decision makers. And this is because I recognize and I realize very strongly that decisions changes destiny. Yes, decision changes destiny. And since I have been blessed, it was an urge to support people at that value. So now that we are talking of decision making, and I have created this space, I really invite you all to be part of it, be a regular part of it, and share your thoughts, share your experiences, share your questions in the comment box, so that I can make more videos on those topics. Today, to begin with, I'm going to share with you 5 myths with respect to decision making. These are not the myths that you will find on Google, on any of the, so you have got so many websites, Quora.com, and Ask Answers, and there's so many of them. These are the ones that I have jotted down based on my experience, based on my conversation, based on how people have experienced decision making and what it really is. So the first myth: there is a decision making process. A lot of people ask this, Richa, what are the steps to a decision making process? I had been a behavioral trainer for more than a decade and a half, and there had been sessions on decision making, and my approach to decision making has been very, very different. And the question used to come, Richa, you have not talked of the steps of decision making. How do we make decisions? What are the steps? There really is no step to decision making. You can definitely create a model, no problems with that. But what makes me say that there is no steps to decision making is you make whatever model. The moment you have to decide, you will forget to follow that. That does not happen. You read so many things, you think, I will use this, I will use that. But the moment of using it, what happens to that? The moment you have this opportunity to use, the subconscious behavior takes up. The patterns takes up. And so the steps are forgotten. And that is why I'm saying learning steps to decision making is not really going to help you. There is something more to that. And of course, we will discover all that in my upcoming videos. The second myth that I would like to talk about. So what? I'm taking decisions every day. I can take any decision anytime. In a smaller matters of life, what I drink, what I eat, where do I go, which friends, which serials, which movie, which place to vacation also. Well, they do not really impact your life so much in the longer term. So taking any decision may seem fine. Okay, I did not go to destination X, I went to destination Y, and next time I'll go to destination X. That in any way does not impact the quality of your life. But decisions regarding career, decisions regarding finances, decisions regarding friends that I make, and many such things, decisions regarding relationships, they impact your life big time and in a longer run. Now, if you are making decisions just like that, you will make these decisions also just like that. And there is a problem. You have not understood the situation, yourself, the requirement. You have just made the decision. Hit and trial is what prevails. And what happens in all of that? Confusion. There is a lot of guilt that comes into picture. I made this wrong decision. I should have thought like that. I should have considered these. I should have heard my parents. I should have spoken to my mentors and whatnot. And so, the decision that is made backfires. And that is why I say that this is a myth that if you are making decision every day or just you get up and whatever difficult decision you have to make, you can go ahead and make. No, it does not happen like that. Let's look at myth number 3. So the myth number 3 is all decisions have to be proved to be correct. Not at all. When we take decision, we take based on the given circumstances. We take it based on the information that we have and of course the wisdom that we have. Decisions are not just impacted by what we decide or what we thought will happen, because we definitely do a lot of planning. They are impacted also by situations. And I think we have experienced the best example of that kind. So many people had plans for vacation, for new job, new work, I mean different plans. And what happened? Pandemic happened. Was it in our control? Did we know? So what happened to the decisions that we took? I had a vacation planned and all my money went down the drain. I had planned everything. I had planned the hotel bookings were done, flight bookings were done, everything was ready. And what happened? So could I have cursed myself? And although pandemic is not an everyday situation, yet there are many everyday situations that appear. And we know that. So decision that you take must prove to be correct. It is a myth. It does not really happen like that. Myth number 4. Decisions based on gut feel. Now this is a big one. Gut feel is something most of us realize as something that's happening in our stomach, in our gut, butterflies. I feel like that. You feel like coming closer to a person. You feel repulsive to a person. You don't feel comfortable with a situation. There is a feeling associated. If you will dig deeper, you would notice that a lot of feeling actually arises also from the way we are conditioned, the way we perceive things. And so gut feeling will prove to be true is an incorrect idea. You must look at your gut feeling strongly, check it, and then only take any decision. Do not go by blindly that because I feel like that, I should just go ahead. It's always a good idea to cross-check. And now the myth number 5. All the decision has to be rational, or rational decision making is possible. Well, it is possible, but for 0.5% people. Although that would be the best scenario, that decision making is done rationally. However, we live in so much of opinions, prejudices, judgments, and emotions that rationality takes a backseat. So currently this actually is a myth for us. If you become aware of this, if you become aware of all of this, there is a bigger chance that during the moment of decision making, you will be able to handle these aspects better. Now, how do we handle all these aspects? What are the things that's playing role in that, etc., etc.? We will uncover all of that as we go ahead. But for now, this is where I would like to take a pause. If this video has added any value, my sincere request is please subscribe, like and share, and do share your comments. They tell me what more is required. They tell me, am I able to add value or do you need more? And that's going to benefit both of us. So thank you and bye-bye. Stay tuned. See you in my next video.